Okay, everybody, so it's a little late right now when I'm recording this. It is about 8 minutes to midnight on this Friday evening, going on Saturday morning, if you will. But I wanted to come on here because, believe it or not, I kind of skipped a few things. So I might rearrange the videos, if you will, the last ones. Because I said bonus feature, basically, of what's to come. That will still be the last one. But these new ones are kind of interesting because they're in spindles. Yeah, and this basically is going to be the ones I'm going to show you that are on the top that hopefully still work and everything. So yeah, I kind of forgot that I had those, if you will. So let's start with this one right here. And like I say, they're in spindles. I had to, let me see, make sure. I think I had to, did I separate them correctly and everything? Make sure everything. Did I separate them? Let me just make sure. Because I separated them. I wanted to make sure they were separated. I put this little bit of plastic in between to separate them. So these are the DVDs. So we're going to put that over there for a second. And I'm going to show you what these are. So here we have what is known as a miniseries disc, a movie disc. This one I think has some Turtles, Sonic, and 101 Dalmatians on it. 101 Dalmatians, the series. So it has something on there I got to go double check later. But it's got that. And this here is kind of it's a DVD. It's kind of like a data DVD, but still playable. We have some variety stuff on there, some Nostalgia Critic stuff, if you will. I think it's a Sonic review. And then we have we have the Secret Adventures cartoon. Now, whenever I get to it, I'm going to show you, as a matter of fact, I might even link it at the end here. I have all of the Secret Adventures on VHS. I have the entire series, or at least what they put out. And what happened, and you can still find it here on YouTube, someone put a compilation together of all the Secret Adventure cartoon segments. And in case you guys don't know what Secret Adventure is, it was a Christian-based show, where the main character would take her to babysitting wards, who were the children of the principal of the school she was in, and she would take them because if they had something one of them had to learn a lesson on, or if they all had to learn something similar in a lesson, she would take them on these animated adventures where they would become different animals or mammals, if you will. Basically, it was done in in animation form, but if you kind of look at it, through today's lenses, it's like you could just visualize, oh, they're just pretending, in her room, pretending to be different things, but we're seeing it through animation and everything. So yeah, they would turn into different animals and stuff like that, and even go through seasons. There was one episode where they became caterpillars, and they they excuse me, they created cocoons. I think they were caterpillars. Yeah, they were caterpillars, and they created cocoons, and they spent several seasons in those cocoons until they became butterflies. So that's kind of, you kind of get the gist of it. Like, what we're seeing is what they're pretending to be, but we're seeing it through animation of what they're pretending to be, if that makes any sense. So yeah, that's it's on there along with some other stuff. Still might be playable. Variety DVD here. I don't know if this was recorded or something, but this is a variety DVD that I did back in 2010. I have to see what's on there. Some of these may or may not be playable because I've noticed that with the 4K player, the kind of not being registered and then when I try to put them into the DVD player or something, they do become registered, if that makes any sense. Or something, or put them in a regular Blu-ray, they become registered. If that makes any sense, I don't know. Excuse me. So here we have a variety CD or VCD. It has meltdown melting, so melting cartoons and Invisibles. Basically, it's the Invisible scene to Invisible Kid with China Phillips and some melting stuff. Again, I got to check that out, double check, see what it is. And then here, this is an interesting one. This is the very first DVD I ever recorded. Yeah, look at this date here, 7/8/03. That's basically 22 years ago this July. Yeah. And this was recorded on my first Apex player. Which, a little bit of history there. That didn't even last me a week. I had to return it to Walmart to get it exchanged to get a new one. And then that one lasted me at least a year or so, or 3 months or something like that. And then I had to get another one. And the third one lasted me about a year. Then I got an ILO. Go figure. And now I got the Sony. Because the ILO died. The Sony's been doing good, thank God. But yeah, this was my first one on July 8th, 2003. That is pretty cool. Pretty cool when you think about it. Then this one here, it's another CD. Basically the same as the other one before that. You know, Meltdown, Melting, Invisibles, stuff like that. Transformer stuff as well. And Bubble Bath and all that. Just stuff that I'm into. You know, again, like I said in earlier videos in the series, I'm kind of weird, if you will, kind of strange in those areas. So here we have some Nostalgia Critic stuff. His reviews, along with AVGN and all that. Ferngully 2, it looks like, on there. I think that's his review of the movie. So there we go, right there. And that's a VCD. Then we have a VCD here of Underdog and Cadillac Cats and Atop the Fourth Wall. This is basically stuff I would use to, you know, grab content off of and use to make videos and stuff. And then here, this is a variety, this is a CD, it's a VCD, it's a variety of stuff, but it's got some Queen Blade episodes under the anime, adult anime, hentai, I don't know if you call it hentai or whatever, but it's basically a very adult anime, Queen's Blade, got some episodes on there, and it's also got some variety stuff. Again, I gotta double check on those and see exactly what they are, but yeah, this is the main portion of it. The rest is just like, you know, I don't, just like, you know, other stuff, music CDs I've recorded, I've burned, and all that throughout the years. So, there's that. And where's the lid to it? I know I have the lid somewhere. There it is. Go figure. So yeah, we'll put the lid back down. And again, I'll check these out later. And then here, we have some other ones, if you will. You kind of tell that the spindle's seen better days. Basically, the underbase of it, or the underbelly of it, broke. But I kept the top that has the hook. So, go figure. You know, I could twist the thing off with it, so it's pretty good. There you go. So here we have a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles recordable disc. And you can tell that the disc is plus RW, I think, just because of the back. I don't know if it still works. The reason some of these are here is because I had to use some of the cases for, let's see. Yeah, it's a season 2 disc. Basically, I had to use some of the cases and all that. But also what happened, and this is with the IPEX and even with the ILO when I first got it, but mostly with the IPEX, that basically some of the, you know, the rest of the DVD would not record. So I would have to stop it at a certain point, you know, render it, finalize it, and that was pretty much going to be the DVD for that time. And then here we have some Batman stuff. We have Batman Returns, Catwoman with Halle Berry, and the Many Faces of Catwoman, a documentary that went with it. Then here we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2003, Disc 4. I didn't put no cover on it, but that's a part of that. Then here we have the Super Bowl between the Patriots and the Eagles, and the Academy Awards for that year as well, which was about 2005, I think. Yeah, 2005, yeah. Almost 20 years, about 20 years old, believe it or not. Then here we have Yogi Bear. We have some movies, special shorts, and shows. Then this one, just like with Ninja Turtles, the recording didn't last too long, so it only, like, as you can tell in the back, if you can see that, it only went a certain amount. Because, like, right here, right while I'm circling, that's where it recorded. Well, the rest was basically, unable to. Then here we have a compilation of stuff. Kim Possible, Jetsons, and I think the Super Bowl as well. That's pretty cool. And then I think we have Secret of NIMH right there.